Alright, which is Celeste the Silver Cord here, coming at you with 13 moons, 13 runes. So I'm just going to do the brief rundown for everybody. 13 moons, 13 runes is a personal 1 year, every full moon, personal self-growth rituals that I do to help me stay in line and have helped me jump timelines and drastically change my energy and my life around me and help me tune in more to my intuition and things of that nature. All right. Now, I did this back a couple of years ago. I'm introducing it again. This year, I have made some changes. Instead of using the witch's runes, I have actually come up with my own moon glyph rune set with my own definitions. Just tying in a lot of that lunar priestess knowledge, because I'm trying to lean a little bit away from so much from the witch terms, because I do not really follow into any doctrine beliefs like Wiccan or anything of that nature. I follow my intuition, and I have a lot of different influences from a lot of different areas in my life. So I really, my main magic is moon magic. So that is what we'll be focusing on this year, all right? I designed a ritual for each moon, starting with the crescent moon, and we're going to go all the way through into the new moon, which will be on the Yule. For these rituals this year, I'm not going to be doing the full kits, but I have offered my personal moon glyph rune set, 13 spell petitions, and the definitions for all of the runes and how to use them. The Etsy link for these would be in the description below. Also, always encourage is to join along with us in our Facebook group, the Coven, the Silver Cord, where we will share more about the rituals and our altars and things of that nature. All in the description below. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get on into this month's full moon. Alright, so this month's full moon is on January 28th, 2021. I just want to get into a little bit about the moon before we get into the casting, okay? This is just a little bit of the channeled energies that I've gotten just with some of the astrology that's going on and things that should be in focus right now if you are planning on casting, things you should be thinking about, okay? So the January full moon is also known as the wolf moon, the cold moon, the snow moon. It is a time of year where you can't exactly start planting yet, but it is time to start planning what you want to start planting, all right? In some areas, you would even start prepping seeds by like putting them in soil and then putting them in your freezer for a couple of weeks so that way they can defrost and you can start your greenhouses. This is a time of year to plan what it is that you want to do and accomplish in 2021. You want to take into account things that you tried planting in 2020 or 2019 that did not take root. Sometimes you pick plants that were too difficult to grow, they didn't grow well in your climate, and you struggled in areas like that with them. Or you found out that you didn't enjoy them as much as you want. You planted a vegetable, you got plenty of it, but you realized that nobody ate it and most of it went to waste. Things to take into consideration when you're planning. I'm going to be using a lot of gardening metaphors and growing metaphors throughout these rituals. So just tune in with it, guys, and go with the flow with me, all right? So, yeah, I got 999 here is a big thing going on right now. We got the moon in Leo at 9 degrees, the sun in Aquarius at 9 degrees, Jupiter in Aquarius at 9 degrees, right? So that's 999, angel number, look it up. All right. The channeling that I'm getting for just the whole astrology with the planets, because there's a bunch going on. You got Capricorns with 7s, which is deceit, and you got Pisces and Neptune and intuition, completion here. A lot is happening. Aries, Mars and Taurus at 10 degrees. There is a completion of a cycle going on. So this is the main energy I got combined all together, all right? The power of attitude and gratitude can only be destroyed by allowing the negative thoughts to flow out with words. Be mindful that words are spells that draw focus. This is a time for compassion and composure. As minds expand, a lot of people will be easily triggered. In balancing yourself, you will help balance everything around you. Mercury retrograde happens 3 times a year, and we are entering to it. It will officially start on the 30th, right after this full moon. All right, so we're in pre-shadow phase. It happens 3 times a year. You have to always hold hope that any time that we get redirected during these phases, that is part of our path and for our better good. The undercurrent of conflict at hand is truths the heart does not want to recognize, yet is the source of your addictions. All right, so whatever toxic behavior you're engaging in, arguing on Facebook, smoking cigarettes, whatever the addiction, whatever the toxicity is, whatever that keeps that negative thought pattern flowing and keep it flowing out of your mouth, the undercurrent is there is a truth that your heart just does not want to recognize, and that is actually the source of where the addiction and the conflict problem cycles are coming from. The final pieces of a puzzle are getting ready to come together. Once you see all the pieces of the puzzle come together, you have to ask yourself, is this the life you actually pictured for yourself? And if it isn't, then it is time to change your timeline. All right? So this month, we are going to be focusing on Imbolc, because by the time this full moon comes around, Imbolc is like February 1st, February 2nd, right? And that is the closest holiday to this full moon, so that'll be our main message, right? So, and this is the spell called Creating the Seeds of Intention, right? So you're going to want to be thinking about, what do you really want to change? What do you really want to change within yourself? Because the first step to really manifesting and controlling your reality around you is learning how to control yourself. There's a lot of witches out there that claim to be so almighty and powerful. And, you know, this is something that really weighted on me. I only quit smoking a few months ago. But they would say they were so powerful, but they couldn't even control their own basic addictions. They can't exercise. They can't control what foods they eat. They can't control what they put in their body. They cannot control themselves at all. But they have convinced everyone around them that they're somehow hexing and cursing and causing all this drama. Got to put it, time to put it into perspective. You really want to gain power over your reality around you. Step 1, something within yourself. Now, this is not saying that you need to start right away, but this is definitely where you're going to start setting your intentions for this is what you want to accomplish by the end of this year. All right? Okay, so you're going to want to set your intentions and then meditate on them for a minute, really think about them. And I would actually, here we go. While you're doing all that, we can go ahead and get the charcoal started here for our spell, and I will start going over the ingredients that we will need. So once you've thought about all your intentions that you want to set for this year, you will put it on your spell petition. What else we are using in the Coven the Silver Cord for this casting is we are using myrrh, because our main focus is going to be extending our psychic abilities and following our intuition and actually doing the mission of raising the frequency and vibration of the earth. So we are going to be starting out with myrrh, which is main component for main purpose is for enhancing psychic ability, right? So I want to powder this up a little bit. Right? If you don't have a mortar and pestle, that should definitely be an investment that you want to make. Oh, also, in here, this time, you're going to want to use potting soil. Okay? So, because you're going to want dirt for another ritual later on, and that's the dirt you're going to want to save. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be an all-year thing. All right, we'll get to that. So I'm also using some Green Man's Beard. This is really big in fairy magic. All right, fae, I work a lot with fairy magic, druidism, things of that nature as well. It's a lot of key influences for me. So I'm putting some Green Man's Beard in here. I've done some videos and spoken on that. That really is for health, prosperity, protection, right? The Green Man is reborn. We just went through Yule, which is the rebirth of the sun, and it also is a mix of the Holly King and the Oak King, the rebirth of the Oak King and the Holly King, are pretty much the green man split into two. So, I also added into here a little bit of hawthorn, and that is just for fertility and abundance throughout the year, whatever you're casting, you're trying to create. Everybody has their own personal goals, but we definitely want all this getting all good and mixed up. Oh, there she goes. Twinkle, twinkle. All right. Perfection's never the most important thing. The most important thing is intention with everything that you're doing. So we get all this mixed up, our herbs, right? Ready for it. For the oil that we're going to be using, I use olive oil almost exclusively. I tell you guys this all the time. Italian is a big influence of mine too, as well. And olives are great for prosperity and abundance as well. I am adding eyebright to this, which will also add into enhancing psychic abilities. Where's my towel? Alrighty, so you got your oil set here. What you will also need is a white candle. I like to use white because white incorporates all colors, and for me that incorporates all elements. So I prefer to use white candles a lot in my spell casting. You will also need 3 picks, and you will need a pit of some kind. I am using an avocado pit, mainly because it's one of the easiest things to do. It's a really healthy plant. We've been dying to plant an avocado tree anyway around here. So this will be... yeah, you want to pick something that's going to grow for a while. You can do this also with potatoes and things of that nature. I would suggest looking up what it is, your intentions that you are even trying to accomplish, and then go for a pit or a seed that goes along with that intention, okay? Potatoes are good for abundance and things like that, and you will need the 3 picks for the 3 times 3, and you will need a vessel or a cup to stand them in. You guys see where I'm going with this, right? Do you see it yet? Do you see it yet? All right. So, have we gone over all this? Oh, I just wanted to go over the spell petitions that I use are the petitions that I made using the goldenrod for abundance and health, wealth and health. And the berry ink that I made, you can find the recipes for these things in the Coven, the Silver Cord, links below, guys. And you can make them yourself, like I said, or you can order the kit, and I will send you the 13 already runed petitions. All right, so we got things all lit up and ready to go. Breathe, focus. You're going to want to put your intentions on your paper. Then we are going to start out. See, I don't know if you guys see what I got going on here, right? Did you figure it out? Do you see it yet? Earth, air, fire, water. There we go. All right. So first we will start out by consecrating the candle, okay? So I always do root to tip. Some people like to do from the middle. Some people do from the top to the bottom. It is however your magic and your intuition calls to you. I am a ground up type of girl, so I always go root to tip 3 times. I said I don't follow Wiccanism that strongly, but I am a 3 times 3. And we're going to want to put some herbs on it from our earth dish. You're going to want to put some of this on here. There we go. Alright, so now it has been consecrated with water, earth, air, fire. I also suggest you always start by casting a circle Sometimes I forget to mention that because this space is within a protected circle all the time for me. So I do cast one when I do work outside, but within my own space, I don't really do it on camera. That's also a very personal thing I find for people. All right, so you consecrate the candle, and then you light it for fire. Now you consecrate the pit, right? You just bless it with just a tiny, tiny bit of that oil because you don't really want it too much on there. And then you'll put some of the herbs as well on it. Water, earth, air, fire. 3 times 3. These intentions be. You can even speak your intentions while you're putting the picks in 3 times. You'll place it. Then you'll take moon water. So we can make sure you can see what I'm doing here, guys. Then we'll take our moon water. So, if you've been a regular practitioner, this would be your Yule moon water. If not, you can always make it the night before the full moon. You fill it all the way up as you would to the bottom of the pit. Now you will consecrate the rest of this by your petition, which should have written intentions on it. I always do a pentacle with the oil. Seal it with the earth. There we go. Seal it with the wax. And now you don't have to use big giant candles if you've got quick casting. I love stocking up on small menorah candles for quick castings throughout the year, and you can get them in a bunch of colors, which is great. Depends on how long you feel like sitting around and focusing. I don't like to leave candles lit, so. All right, so you seal in your intentions here. Then you fold it. I always do 3 times. 3 times 3, make it be. And then you release it with the fire. And now you'll let these burn down, and then when this is burnt down, you will mix this into the dirt and you will save it with the pit. Now for the next several weeks, until your avocado pit cracks open and the roots start to come out, you will focus on setting whatever intention it is that you are casting, all right? If you are casting to quit smoking, this is not a cutoff date for you. That this is just the constant intention of, I am not a smoker. Like, that would be the intention you want to put on it. I am not a smoker. And to just work with that until you feel that within yourself, right? And it's going to take a little bit of time. Whatever intention you're trying to set, if you're trying to change it, but I want to be the kind of person who's healthy. I want to be the kind of person who gets up and walks every day. That means your intention is set to get up and try to start walking every day. Does it mean you have to accomplish it every single day? No, that's not what it means at all. Setting the intention is setting the intention to create the change. It's not going to happen right away. It's going to take time, right? And the whole process of using the pit to do these meditations is you will work with it daily. It'll be something that you wake up in the morning and you look at the pit and you think, put it someplace that you'll see it, in a window someplace that you'll see it, and it'll be a reminder of it. And I guarantee by the time the pit splits, you will notice that your intentions will be more set than than usual. These spells have a lot of accountability with them, because this intention is also set and tied into whatever plant you are planting. So be sure before you write anything on this paper that it is something that you truly want for yourself, and it is something that you fully plan on putting your intentions into. Because if you put it into a half-hearted thing and then you don't take care of your plant, you can cause some other major consequences in your life, all right? Magic comes with responsibility, it comes with the price, and it always comes with the sacrifice. So just focus on that before we do this casting. I'll be back with some more in the Coven, the Silver Cord. Like I said, join us below. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and windy paths with me. Remember always to thank your guides before you close your circle. And yeah, blessings to you. I'll holler at you soon.